Welcome to the JWK show. Thank you to crypto exchange BITUNIX. Check them out by using the link in the description below. Get your XRP today. Back on December 7th of 2017, we had Ripple locking 55 billion XRP into a cryptographically secured escrow account to create certainty about XRP's total supply. And this was intended to make the supply predictable for the market, with Ripple stating that up to 1 billion XRP could be released per month from the escrow. And this is still happening now till this day until we see the XRP writing out going to zero. Now, this was set into place so we don't have one entity controlling too much or all of the XRP supply. And this way, by releasing the XRP periodically, everyone has a chance to get their XRP needed to function within the new financial system. So essentially, we do have Ripple saving XRP for different banks, institutions, and so on. And we do have on the exact same day, the post-crisis regulatory reforms were endorsed by the group of central bank governors and heads of supervision, the Basel Committee's oversight body, on December 7th, 2017. We had additional material on the finalization of the Basel III reform. So is this related with the Basel III reforms? Do we have XRP being related with the new upcoming financial banking system? Guys, absolutely insane to think about. What we have essentially, as David Schwartz said, is pre-allocated contracts for institutions, banks, and so on for their XRP. Now we do have from Cobb, he says, this got me hyped, not going to lie. Let's take a look at this video from Jake Claver.
I think all of you are going to be very surprised in the very near future about what XRP does now that we have the ETFs eating through the OTC desk and the dark pool volume. There's not a whole lot left over there. My guess was there was somewhere between 1 billion and maybe up to 2 billion available on the OTC and dark pools. They've already eaten through about 800 million XRP here in just the first week from that. So that's either half or almost all of what was available on the OTC desk and the dark pools. As soon as that is...
Keep in mind, OTC has no impact on XRP's price. So even if someone buys billions of dollars worth of XRP OTC, it will have zero effect.
Gone, and we're getting more ETFs. More spot ETFs for XRP are launching, and we still don't have the big dogs at the table yet. We still don't have BlackRock, and we still don't have Vanguard. We still don't have Fidelity. I think they're all coming to the table in the very near future with their spot ETFs for XRP. So that would put...
We're talking about before 2026 ends, so within the next year.
If those three came online, we would have more spot ETFs than Bitcoin. And people are like, well, they're only going to buy off the OTC and dark pools, and we're never going to see price appreciation. Strap in, because it's not going to last that much longer. We already saw some price movement today. You're going to see some crazy price movement when there's no more available supply through the OTC desk and the dark pools, and they have to go to the exchanges. We already saw a glimmer of this over there on Kraken last week, where we saw XRP at a high of $91.
As Jay Claver said, the supply shock is already happening right now as we speak, and we are running out of OTC for XRP just any day until we see the ETFs buying XRP on exchanges and the open market.
Which registered.
Setting the price of XRP to the high numbers, double digits.
There's been lots of high prices in the past on BitTrue and Bitstamp and some of these other ones where people video it. But like you go back to look for it and it's not registered. This $91 registered on Kraken.com. So look out. I think a lot of people are going to be very surprised that a lot of what I've been talking about for the past 18 months is going to come to pass here.
Right. Can we see a $91 XRP within the next 18 months, as we have ETFs,
I think all
banks,
of you are going to be
institutions buying XRP open markets. And it does seem like we actually had XRP momentarily hitting $91 as we had the 1% flipping the switch on XRP. And imagine once we see XRP actually staying at that price. We have 36 million XRP backing the GXRP ETF. Also in 2 days, 287.33 million XRP locked up in ETFs just in 2 days. And again, we have even more ETFs launching. We haven't seen the biggest ones yet. And to date, so far, we have seen 19.73 million XRP just as we head towards 1 p.m. And the next big ETF launch is going to be the 21 shares XRP ETF, TOXR, set to launch November 29th, which is going to be, we can see, on a Saturday. So another big launch happening. Trading is expected to begin this Friday, November 29th. All big stuff. This means even more money, liquidity, volume flowing into XRP, more XRP being locked up. And the reason why this is being hyped up by the XRP community right now is because they are essentially crypto native expertise. They have proven track records with billions in Bitcoin ETH ETFs, drawing dedicated crypto investors versus Franklin Templeton's traditional finance focus despite its 1.5 trillion global asset under management. So despite Franklin Templeton also being absolutely massive as well, unfortunately their clients aren't too focused in crypto, thus the volume is actually not as high as it should be. But 21 shares, the customers are bullish, they are focused in crypto, and so we should see more volume money flowing into the 21 shares XRP ETF. So very, very bullish. This could be the final boss of ETFs after the Franklin Templeton November 24 debut. And we could see 500 plus million in inflows in the very first day. We will see. And we talked about the supply shock, how long it could take for the XRP supply to be bought. And we do have a conservative scenario of 33.6 billion based on the data, the volume. And so even if we see XRP's price go parabolic, if XRP hits $11.25, the ETFs will buy 2.9 billion XRP in 1 year. So that is still more than the XRP in exchanges at the moment, which means that we could see the ETFs buying all the XRP supply on exchanges, making the price of XRP go parabolic as we have supply shock and no more XRP to be bought in the open market, which means that the only thing XRP can do is go up unless we see obviously mass selling at $22.50. That is 1.4 billion XRP being locked up, $45, 746 million XRP, and as the price of XRP goes higher, $90, the less XRP locked up. We have 373 million XRP. So the 1% must send XRP higher or they'll run out of XRP, right? So guys, even at a double-digit XRP, we still have a ton of XRP being absorbed, all the circulating XRP being gone, available XRP to be bought. Now, we had the Bitcoin ETF launching January 11th, and ever since that launch, we had Bitcoin falling for 12 days, roughly down 21%. We can see over here, we had the launch, and then Bitcoin dumping down 21% in 12 days. But after we saw the price of Bitcoin reversing, Bitcoin going parabolic, Bitcoin going from around $38,000 all the way up to $72,000, having a 93% pump after the launch of its Bitcoin ETF. And right now we are going through the exact same thing with the launch of the XRP ETF. We had the launch of the Canary Capital XRP ETF back on the 13th. Now today has been 13 days, and XRP is currently also down 21% ever since the launch. So will we see the exact same thing happening with XRP's price as we saw with the Bitcoin and their Bitcoin spot ETF? Could we see Now, a massive pump coming in as we have XRP going down for around 12, 13 days. Now we are seeing that reversal, XRP pumping up. So again, if we do see XRP copying Bitcoin, we should see this move coming in next for XRP. XRP also having a parabolic pump. So guys, hopefully that's the case. Things are looking very exciting as we are breaking above this very critical level of resistance. And if we are able to get that close above, we should see XRP moving up even higher. So right now, I have bought more XRP as it seems like we are getting ready for a big pump, a reversal. That's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one.